All right, here we go. We got another sparring breakdown video. We got me, I'm Justin on the right. I'm the dude on his back versus Joao. Joao's wearing the gray rashi, and we're going to kind of break down our roll. Joao's pretty new to Jiu-Jitsu. He's done a little bit of Jiu-Jitsu before. I've been doing Jiu-Jitsu for a long time, since 2005. And I'm just going to kind of break down some of our roll here. Doing a little bit of no-gi tonight. And we'll kind of break down some of the submissions and transitions that we see throughout this roll. And as things kind of progress here, we'll go into more detail with some of them. As I swept Joao there and came on top, I winded him, you know. We got a pretty decent weight difference here, so every once in a while we have a laugh about the weight difference. Nice little armbar I'm playing with here from off my omoplata sweep, and I start trying to help Joao see his exit so he can start coming on top. And we start playing again from closed guard. Looking to control the ankle, hit a little tripod sweep, but didn't keep my grip, so Joao managed to come back on top. Joao doing a good job pummeling, looking to control my feet. Trying to stay on my side here, making things hard for him. Joao trying to switch sides, but ends up back in my guard. Again, me working on the outside here. He leaves that arm behind, putting himself back in omoplata again. Again, I start sitting up more and more. And Joao starts to roll through. Again, me kind of just playing with some omoplata transitions tonight. Start moving into the mount. Joao doing a good job framing on my hips. I switch to the knee on belly. Go back to the crossface. Again, just kind of giving him some space and allowing him to move so I can look for some opportunities here for some different submissions. Joao doing a good job posting on my neck there. Good frame. He's got to be careful. He's getting a little overextended. I start switching for a north-south choke. As Joao turns in, I switch to a guillotine. Start stepping back over to mount. And make some adjustments here and get my finish. So little things that are kind of coming up there. We can kind of go back and talk about why that happened. Just go back a little further. Okay, cool. So we're here in side control. Joao's extending a little too much, so I start just grabbing the wrist, right? Typically when you grab someone's wrist like that, they know the key lock's there, so they keep the arm in really tight. This is what's opening up my north-south choke. So you see me start to shove the hand underneath, and I could kind of tell already I didn't have the best setup for the north-south choke. Like ideally, this gap right here shouldn't be here. Like I want to get rid of all that space. So the deeper I can drive my arm through underneath Joao's neck, the better my north-south choke setup's going to be. But you can see already he's got a hand inside and stuff, so it was kind of a reach for me to get the north-south. But what I'm going to get out of him is I'm going to get him to turn in. So you see him turn in right there, and now I can start getting my hand in place the way I wanted to. I start locking my hands together right away for my arm and guillotine. And now essentially all I have to do is go back to mount. Okay, so as soon as my hands lock, you see that there's the lock and I start stepping over. I just needed to beat that knee. And now anytime I have an arm in guillotine and I'm in the mount, I always make sure I kind of keep my shoulder grounded to the mat. And now I can make the adjustments as I need to. So if my grip isn't tight enough, I need to bring my grip up towards my chest. So that's essentially probably what I'm doing in this transition. So the shoulder post is kind of what's helping me with that adjustment. So I'm bringing those arms up higher, and I can continue just to kind of move my whole body up towards Joao is kind of the goal here. And that's what's going to allow me to kind of tighten up this choke. So you see me kind of start pulling everything in and make those adjustments. And that's what allows me to get the finish. But Joao did good, you know. I think he kind of survived the submissions I was looking for and stuff. So that's what allowed that opportunity for me to go for the arm and guillotine. You know, like he did a good job blocking the key lock, and he was just successfully trying to move out of the north-south choke, and you know, I just eventually got him. So I turtle on Joao, and he starts looking to take my back, doing a good job getting hooks in. I start trying to defend the choke. Joao doing a good job with wrist control. You see him walk the hand behind the back and switch to a palm to palm RNC. Nice choke there from him at the end. I'll break down something out of this too, just because one thing I would like to see a little different out of this. Does a great job here. The only thing I would have him do is flip this hand. This hand should be the hand on bottom. You get a little bit more torque out of it, and that'll help him tighten up his choke. But positioning there was good. We've been working a lot on rear naked choke with him, so it's something I wanted to see out of him in his roll. And it was definitely tight enough to make me tap, you know? So we'll see if he can get me again here. And Joao doing a good job controlling the legs on the outside. You see him push me away and force me into turtle again. Joao staying high, but still keeping hands on me. I'd like to see him make more of an effort to right his hip on my hip. It would just help his positioning a little bit. So he's got a little too much space. Does a good job taking the back here. I start to escape and he starts moving into the mount. I force him into half guard. I start coming up with my underhook. As I come up with the underhook, I just look for a little knee tap here. We're kind of running out of space now, so we'll see if we can keep it going or not. Yeah, I'm just going to drag him back to middle. And again, just kind of like giving him a chance to work here now with what time we have left. See Joao start looking for omoplata. See if he can get me back to the one I got him with earlier. Just got to start trying to force that hand to the mat. I think he got a bit confused there at the end. So I'm trying to walk him through whatever transitions he needs for the arm lock. And we see him pass the leg over the head. Finish with a nice arm bar here at the end. So yeah, some nice little transitions from Joao. You saw me kind of go through and put it on him a little bit earlier, making him work through a couple omoplata transitions and a couple submission attempts, and we saw a nice arming guillotine. So yeah, I thought this was a nice little roll to share with you guys. I hope you're all enjoying watching my channel. If you guys have any comments or anything you want to see, feel free to leave them below. And thank you all for watching.